welcome back to another episode of the Cottage Diaries. Today I feel like is officially marking the start of autumn. It is quite warm here, but I am going to be styling the house ready for the cozy season ahead using lots of the pieces from the last episode, and I think this is going to be quite a long video, so I really hope you enjoy. And yeah, I'm likely going to get quite hot because I've got my autumn cardigan out so that I'm really in the mood, and I'm actually just going to get straight into it. I'm going to get started with the living and dining room, adding in lots of soft furnishings, throws, cushions, and getting out new candles. I still need to figure out how I want this kind of console area to look, and I've just had an exciting delivery, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so it does actually feel like 5 minutes ago I was restyling and zhuzhing with the dining room in the cottage. However, our new dining bench has arrived and our footstool for the dressing room is coming very soon, so I've moved the console table back down here, which is perfect for the cozier seasons because it means I can put a lamp on, I can use it for candles and diffusers and stuff, so I'm gonna have a little re-zhuzh. I've never really got the space perfectly as I want it, so I thought we would try and figure that out together today. I'm honestly so unsure where to start with this space, and I keep going back and forwards and I just can't make up my mind on whether to have a piece of art sat here kind of to one side or to have something bigger hanging on the wall. I'm really not sure, but I know that I need a small lamp to go here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and order one of those. I have seen a couple that I like online, so yeah, I'll have a little look for those in a minute. And yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about the art situation. I definitely need something there, and for a long time I was thinking of getting an armchair for the corner down here, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna work best with the flow of the room, so I'm actually thinking of getting a nice floor lamp there and then having this quite simple with a really small lamp and a piece of art, maybe some books. But yeah, I'm not sure, kind of undecided. I've just been trying to play between shots and yeah, I'm not sure. I will put some photos up of the inspo that I'm kind of thinking, so yeah, let me know what you think of those. I'll put a couple of options up now. Okay, I am back in the same spot again, but I think I've found the solution, and what I'm thinking is, if I'm in focus and you can see, is a piece like this. So this is the one that goes over the living room, over the mantelpiece, but I've just been playing with so many different things. This stuff won't all be here, but I actually think something quite big and in a lighter colourway and maybe some more kind of pattern in there will be the best thing for the space long term, and will look kind of interesting and rich and better designed. I think sometimes when you have really fiddly things, like small bits in a smaller space, it just looks a bit messy and faffy. So I am gonna speak to the artist Zarifa, who I feel like I talk about non-stop in my videos. So I will leave her website link down below, and I'm gonna speak with her and see if I can order a piece in a similar size to this, but different colorway. So yeah, fingers crossed. And I'm gonna get on that today so that I can have the space feeling nice. I've actually just zoomed out on the room so you can see it a little bit better, but I just think that looks so much more kind of impactful, and again in a lighter colourway, so there's not so much contrast, and it will sit probably like there, so slightly off. But yeah, I think that will be much better. So I'm gonna give her a message now and keep everything crossed that I can get something soon. For now though, I have added this small leather store under the console table, and in the window I've added a stack of books and also a lovely antique bowl. The bowl has some of the nicest markings and it looks, well, it is so handmade, and the colour palette I think goes really well with lots of the other pieces and accessories in the room. I am in the weirdest mood. I've honestly just taken all of the tablecloth off, the placemats, everything, and started again. But I've gone for just a really simple vibe. We are having Mikey's sister and fiance over for dinner this evening. I'm just gonna cook a really simple kind of salmon creamy pasta. But I'm really running out of time doing the styling because I keep doing work in between, obviously speaking with the artist, Zarifa, and yeah, just having a bit of a nightmare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on, style some things downstairs, and then I'm going to show you around everything. So let me do that now. I have just decided to sit down for a moment, and I'm going to talk you through all of the styling that I've done like I said I would, but I just want to say that sometimes these things look really easy on Instagram or TikTok, but I feel a bit fed up this afternoon. Nothing's really gone my way in terms of dressing the space, so I'm gonna kind of sit on it. I'll walk you and talk you through everything, but I'm definitely gonna do a part 2 to this video when the new artwork arrives, which is next week in time for a photo shoot, which is amazing. A new lamp, a new tablecloth. I've got a few new pieces, which I've said this a few times, but my style's obviously evolving and I'm wanting to introduce a few kind of warmer colours and textures, and I think I did that well personally over summer with neutrals layered, but I'm kind of wanting to introduce some of those warmer colours for autumn, so I'm going to do that. But just to kind of show you what I've gone for, I've layered the coffee table with some different textures. So I've added the what's the word, kind of seagrass tray that is from Gathered Living. So I'll leave that one linked down below again. I've layered that with some books, and then I've added a few smaller pieces as well, a couple of nice candles so that I can get the fragrance going throughout the room. So I'm really happy with those pieces there. And then for the sofa, I've worked a few different pieces throughout and different textures and colours. So I've gone for this kind of reddy, rusty colour with the Zara cushions, and then I've also got some subtle deep navies in there as well, which I've actually also reflected in that vase that's behind the sofa in the alcove. It's a very deep kind of navy glaze. That one is quite old, so I won't be able to link that one. I've got a seagrass basket there as well, which I can use to throw keys, car keys, and my wallet and things in when I come through the front door. And then for the 2 armchairs in the living area, I have added a couple of cushions and throws. So one of them I've gone for that patterned Zara throw, which I absolutely love. I think it ties in with those blues and rust colours really well. And then I've popped on a really textural cushion. And then on the other sofa, I've got a really affordable H&M throw, which again adds a layer of texture to the space. And then on top of that, I've got the lovely rust cushion, which I think again just ties in with some of the pieces behind me in the kitchen. With the dining area, as you will have seen, we've got the new dining bench, which I really, really love. And what I want to do, as everything's always a work in progress, you guys will know, but what I want to do is add a really nice kind of pot to the centre of the dining table, and then put some really sculptural branches or stems coming up towards the light in the middle. So I won't really be able to show you that finished look properly, but that's the vision. And then I'm hoping to get a really nice patterned tablecloth and a patterned rug as well. I have found a rug that I really like, but it's a few £100, so I'm just kind of weighing up if it's definitely the one I love. I think it's washable, so that is kind of making me lean towards getting it, because the current one that's there we've had for about 4 years and it's pretty ruined. So it would be nice to have one that we could wash and really get the long-term use out of. So that's that. And then for the tablecloth as well, I'm thinking of a nice kind of checked pattern, but something with a little bit more colour for the autumn, rather than the Sophie Allport one, which I do love, that I've had on for the last kind of 3 months or so. And then for the console table, like I've already said, I'm hoping to have that big picture, and then I think just a small stack of books, nothing too much. I've really gone back and forwards on that today, but I feel like I have found how I want it to look now. I obviously showed you with that big piece, and I've spoken with Zarifa and how it works with her doing the painting. We've kind of spoken collaboratively about the look, the colour, the design that I want, and then she's going to go away and start working on that and send some progress pictures. But essentially it will be in some of the tones we've got in the room. So Stir About, which is the wall colour, Jitney, which is the woodwork, some of those woody tones in the console, and then some kind of more slightly contrasting colours. And it's going to be built up in a way with squares and different shapes to give a really lovely abstract but focal feature to the room, because I definitely feel like that's something that's lacking right now in the space, is a focal feature. So I think that's going to make all the difference. And then in the corner in front of the window, I obviously showed you already, but I have added a stack of books and then that really lovely bowl. And then in front of that, I'm hoping we can have a really lovely floor lamp. Again, I'm not entirely sure which one. There's one I really love from Soho Home, which I did show you when we went on our little walk around Soho Home a couple of weeks ago. But I'm thinking I could potentially go for something slightly more angular and kind of clean looking, like the one we really liked in John Lewis, and then maybe get a shaded smaller, like very small lamp to sit on the console table in front of the large art piece. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have a little think about that and get something ordered. And then for the kitchen behind me, I will show some close-ups as I'm talking, but what I've done is I've swapped the really large ochre vase for that smaller antique, which has a richer palette. It's got some deep green, some terracotta and some brown in it. And then I filled it with those stems from Hello Petal, which I absolutely love. I think they're gorgeous. And I just used 3 or 4 branches of those autumn leaves, and I went for the redder toned ones because I thought that would tie nicely with the sofa cushions, so that there's kind of some flow from the front of the house to the back. And then we've got our toast placemats, which I'm going to leave on the table because I think they add a really nice pop of colour, which also ties in nicely with the Dalesford oven gloves, the H&M tea towel, which is draped over the oven, and also the wooden chopping board that is working perfectly to cover the plugs over by the oven. So I'm really glad with that. And I need to think of a lamp solution for that wall. I think again it should probably be something quite small and quite neutral, because I do obviously like to change things seasonally and add in some pops of colour, but for those more expensive permanent pieces, I think going for something a little more neutral is probably a good idea. So that's what I think I need to do, and otherwise I think I'm pretty good. I've also popped out the antique mugs that you may have already seen, you may not have, so this might be a little sneak peek of what's to come in the next vlog, but I've popped them on the shelf with my mugs and I think they look perfect with the toast collection that I picked up a few weeks ago, and they were a bargain as well. So if you want to see where I got those and some other pieces as well, then please do make sure you're subscribed, and I will show you those in an upcoming video. That was quite the mouthful, but I'm gonna get ready for dinner now for Mikey's sister and her fiance, like I said, and hopefully have a really nice evening. Stormy's just run downstairs with a little toy, so I might try and take her out on a quick walk if I have time. I have about 40 minutes, so hopefully can get that done. But I am going to do a part 2 with some of those pieces that I mentioned aren't here yet, and also getting the upstairs of the house ready, because I really want to have a flow from the bedroom to the dressing room, study and bathroom. So hopefully you will stay tuned and see all of that in the next week or 2 as well. And I also want to show you our hall transformation, which has been going on in the background. So yeah, I will look forward to seeing you next time, and thanks again for watching.